Mike doesn't know this, but you know what happened last time with the Passport Bros conversation. Mike, is there anything you want to say about Passport Bros?
Uh, Anything specific?
What's your take on them? Like you're in Bangkok right now. There
Yeah,
must
yeah,
be a lot
yeah.
of Passport Bros there.
Sure, sure. Actually, I don't see that many like white people. It's kind of just a lot of like Chinese sugar daddies now in Thailand. It's well, look, this is what I think, right? So I think you should get good at dating in the West first. I think you should level up yourself. Once you have self-control, once you have the skill sets, once you understand how to talk to girls, then you can go around the world, do whatever you want, right? So I think a lot of guys, they get themselves in dangerous situations where they don't understand dating dynamics. They go to Colombia and then they get robbed, right? Or they go to like Philippines and they date the lowest quality like province chicks, right? So I do feel like your environment, your social circle is going to dictate your level of growth. If you look at, that's why so many like content creators, business people, they move to Miami, even though it's really expensive. There's just that drive. Everybody's leveling up around you, right? So I think a lot of guys, yeah, they come to Asia. It's a little bit easier, but because there isn't that competitiveness to excel, they just kind of stay as a loser. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I say. Like, learn game in America, learn it in Europe, get your dating handled, right? Learn how to have an online business, and then you want to enjoy traveling. That's cool, right? But I think a lot of these guys in America, they go over to the Philippines. They don't even know they're getting played. Some of these women are like talking to 30 dudes, right? They're just losing money financially. So I think at the end of the day, if you have more game, if you're more developed, you're gonna win anywhere. But I think it's important to level up in the U.S. first, right? So it's the same thing.
Any
Like Ice,
counters to that?
he's been doing game like back home in the U.S. and then you married a Japanese wife, right? Or what was it? Something like that, and that's totally cool.
Are
You want to enjoy, yeah, you want to enjoy life afterwards. You've already put in the work, then you can sort of just enjoy. Like I'm in Thailand, and I see all these fucking losers like going to all these sex districts, and I'm spending an hour working out, doing yoga, working on my business. I can control myself. I have a lot of self control, right? I'm staying in the nice neighborhoods. I'm away from fucking Khaosan Road and Nana District. I'm not involved with all that shit, right? Because I already have my options. I don't need to deal with all that bullshit. And I think a lot of guys in America, when they go over to Thailand, when they go to Philippines, they're only interacting with a certain layer of women, right? Like just the ones like the uneducated ones that target foreigners. Even like my white friends who live in Bangkok for years, they complain like all the hottest girls in Thailand, like the light skinned ones, the ones that are half Chinese, they're always dating Asian guys. Like it's like if you want to date the highest stratosphere of women in Asia, a lot of them they kind of don't fuck with foreigners. So, but that doesn't mean you can't meet girls here and there. But what I will say is dating is very you're in your own bubble, right? Like if you're dating in Thailand, whatever girls you're getting, that in itself is a filter that doesn't represent the totality of women, right? I think, for example, a lot of guys have this stereotype of what Thai women are like. But once I met this girl, she works in finance. She's going to Boston for her MBA degree, and she says like, my day-to-day life, I almost never meet any foreigners. So there's like probably 95% of Thai girls here, they're untapped. They go to school, they go to work, and then they just go home, right? So
Mhm.
most guys that are passport bros, they come here, they're only tasting 2% of the city, which is probably also like the 2% that you don't really want to interact with. So that's kind of the dangers of there's tiers of dating, and yeah, get good first, and then travel abroad, and then you get the best of both worlds.
Mhm.
You already know how I feel about Passport Bros. They a bunch of suckers with no game. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If you gotta fucking
yeah,
go anywhere to try to get
yeah,
women and you can't get women where you're at, I don't care where you're at in the world. If you can't attract women and thinking, well, let me move over here, you're done. That's a wrap.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate that there's a lot of guys who think that, oh, well, I went to Brazil and it was easier over there. And it's like, no, it's not easier. It's just that you can trick on a budget over there. That's basically all it is.
And I'm just going to add something on this. Like, even if you believe you don't need the game to go be a passport bro in Brazil, Thailand, or whatever, you're still going to need to know how to spot the difference between a female Thai woman and a ladyboy, and like these local things that you'll need to know. You'll need to know these kinds of random things about the game. Oh yeah, that's a man. I'm not fucking with that kind of thing. So it's not like you can't just fucking jump over there and think all the problems are solved. You're still gonna have to know the ins and outs, because otherwise you're just gonna get scopolamine in Colombia and fucked in the ass in Thailand.
Yeah, like that Asian guy that went to Colombia, got drugged and ended up getting murdered.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but he was kind of stupid. I mean, he made so many stupid mistakes. But also another thing, dude, like, you know, Thailand, all these places, it's not a secret anymore because you got a lot of ballers coming over here. You know, you got multimillionaires. You know, I'm meeting guys that are making like 100K a month. They have legit businesses. How are you going to compete with them, right? It's like competition's rising everywhere. You can't just hope that, you know, there's no competition. The easiest way is to level yourself up. Because dude, Thailand, these condos, some of these condos start at like 100 million baht. That's like a 1-bedroom condo in Bangkok. It's like starting at $3 million US, you know? So not only do you have e-commerce guys running around with Ferraris, you got the fucking Chinese billionaires, and they're also passport bros, but they're like coming in from somewhere even closer, right? So you got a lot of competition coming in. So, and I've noticed over the last 10 years, Thailand's getting harder. No, it really, I mean, it's still pretty easy for me, but like it's getting way harder for the average guy. Like if you can't cold approach, online dating is really not that great. It's not like what it used to be.
Oh man. So
Bangkok,
when I first moved to London, there was like we went to like a rooftop, a bunch of us guys, and there was a guy there who used to live in Thailand, and he said, "Want to play a game of Thai roulette?" And I said, "What's that?" And he opened up his Tinder and said, "You have to guess if it's a lady boy or a woman." And he just like swiped, and when we had to guess, is this a lady boy? Is this a woman? And like 50% of the time, there were lady boys. It was like, what the fuck? This was like back in 2017 or some shit. It was like, God damn, that's a difficult fucking game to play. Thai roulette is what it's called. You know, Russian roulette, you might shoot yourself in the head. There's a 1 in 6 chance of that. But Thai roulette, you got about a 50% chance of getting fucked in the ass if you swipe right in everyone.
That's funny. You know, I'm reading some of the comments here. It's hilarious. This guy said, some girl was like cooking him food while I was playing 2K. I mean, you don't have to sacrifice playing 2K. I mean, I've done that too. Some girls cooking me food. I was playing 2K. We're just saying you don't have to sacrifice. Just because you find a good woman doesn't mean that she's not gonna cook you food while you play 2K, right? Or suck your dick while you play 2K. You don't have to. It's not, you know, what is it? Non-exclusive, something like that. You can still find a good woman and you can still play 2K while she cooks for you. What's wrong with that?
Oh yeah, I got a $11,000 5090 sitting at home, so I know all about the video games.
Nice.